You're surrounded by them. Every time you check your email, scroll Instagram, order food, or watch this very video, you're using them. Yet most people have no clue what they are or how they work. I'm talking about servers, invisible engines behind everything we do online. They're not some mysterious cloud in the sky. They're real, physical machines scattered across the world, handling billions of requests every second. And today, we're pulling back the curtain. In this video, we're going to break down 13 types of servers, what they are, how they work, and where you encounter them every day. No buzzwords, no tech snobbery, just clear, simple explanations that make it all finally click. Whether you're a student, a tech beginner, or someone who just wants to finally understand what happens behind your screen, this is the guide you've been waiting for. Let's jump right in. 1. Web server. The first and most obvious type of server is the web server. This is the machine that delivers websites to your browser. When you type in netflix.com or youtube.com, your computer sends a request to a web server, and that server sends back the code that your browser translates into the website you see. It handles HTML files, images, videos, and sometimes scripts that make the page interactive. Web servers have to be fast, efficient, and capable of handling thousands or even millions of requests at once. They're the front doors of the internet, and without them, you couldn't even be watching this video. 2. File server. A file server is like a digital storage room for your documents, images, and videos. Instead of saving everything locally on a device, you can store files on a centralized file server. That way, everyone in a company, school, or family can access shared files from anywhere. For example, when you upload a PDF to Google Drive or download a company policy from your office intranet, you're likely interacting with a file server. These machines are designed to make sure files are available, secure, and backed up, even if one user is making changes in real time. 3. Database server. Next up is the database server. While a file server stores actual files, a database server stores structured data, information that apps and websites use to function. Think user profiles, passwords, product listings, transaction histories, and more. When you log into your bank account, search for a product, or refresh your feed on a social media app, your request is hitting a database server. It runs special software that helps organize, search, and update this data quickly. Without database servers, most apps would just be static pages with no personalization or functionality. 4. Mail server. If you've ever sent an email, you've used a mail server. In fact, several. These servers manage the sending, receiving, and storing of emails across the web. When you hit send, your email is handed off to a mail server using something called SMTP, or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. The email then travels across other servers until it reaches the recipient's inbox, managed by POP3 or IMDP mail servers. This whole process happens in seconds, across multiple machines you never see. Mail servers also play a big role in filtering out spam, scanning for viruses, and verifying sender identities. Without them, our digital communication would collapse. 5. Application server. Application servers are the hidden engines behind your favorite apps and services. When you use a food delivery app to place an order, you're not talking directly to a database. First, your request goes to an application server. This server runs the code that decides what to do, like checking whether the restaurant is open, calculating delivery fees, and verifying your payment method. Then it pulls the right data from the database and sends it back to your phone. Application servers are essential for running logic, enforcing rules, and keeping apps responsive and interactive. 6. DNS Server. One of the most important and least understood servers on the internet is the DNS Server. DNS stands for Domain Name System, and it's basically the internet's address book. When you type a website name like netflix.com into your browser, your device doesn't understand names, it understands numbers, called IP addresses. A DNS server translates that name into the right number so your device knows where to connect. Without DNS, We'd all have to memorize long strings of numbers for every website we visit. DNS servers quietly handle billions of these lookups every day to keep the internet user-friendly. 7. Proxy Server. A proxy server acts like a middleman between your device and the internet. When you connect through a proxy, your requests go through this server first, and then out to the internet. The response comes back to the proxy, and then to you. Why do this? One reason is privacy. A proxy can hide your real IP address. Another is security. It can block dangerous websites. Businesses and schools often use proxy servers to control what people can access on the network. They're also used to improve performance by caching popular content so it loads faster. 8. Virtual Server. A virtual server isn't a physical machine, it's a digital slice of one. Thanks to virtualization technology, one powerful server can be divided into multiple smaller servers, each acting like its own independent system. This allows data centers to run dozens or even hundreds of virtual servers on a single physical machine. It's like taking one house and turning it into an apartment building. Each unit has its own key, its own rules, and its own tenants. Virtual servers are cost-effective, scalable, and flexible, which is why cloud computing companies like AWS and Azure use them extensively. 9. Game Server. When you're playing an online game, whether it's Call of Duty, Fortnite, or Minecraft, your experience is powered by a game server. This server handles all the real-time action, from tracking player positions to enforcing rules and physics. If someone jumps, shoots, or builds something in the game server makes sure every other player sees that change. It also maintains fairness and balance. Without it, multiplayer gaming would be chaotic and full of cheaters. Game servers need super low latency and ultra high speed to deliver that smooth, competitive experience. 10. Authentication Server. Authentication servers are the bouncers of the digital world. Their job is to check credentials and verify identities. When you log into your email, bank account, or work portal, you're sending your username and password to an authentication server. It checks if the info matches what's on record, and if it does, you get access. If not, you're denied. These servers often support extra layers of security like two-factor authentication, biometrics, or smart cards. They're absolutely critical environments where security is non-negotiable, like government systems, enterprise networks, or medical records platforms. 11. Print Server. In large offices or shared spaces, print servers manage all the printing tasks. Instead of sending your file directly to a printer, your computer sends it to the print server. The server queues up requests, sends them to the right device, and ensures that everything is tracked and logged. This is especially useful when multiple printers are being shared by dozens or hundreds of users. Print servers can apply rules, such as limiting color printing or routing large jobs to high-capacity machines. They streamline everything and reduce chaos in busy environments. 12. Backup Server. A backup server is your insurance policy. It stores copies of data from other systems, so if something goes wrong, a cyber attack, a power outage, a hard drive failure, you can recover quickly. Backup servers often run at night, when systems are idle. They make complete or incremental copies of important files, applications, or even entire systems. Some companies use off-site backup servers for extra protection, especially in disaster recovery plans. Without backups, losing a single server could mean losing years of work, customer data, or vital records forever. 13. Media Server. Finally, we have the Media Server. This server specializes in storing and delivering audio, video, and images. When you stream music from Spotify, watch a movie on Netflix, or even access a YouTube video, there's a media server behind the scenes sending those files to your device. Media servers are built to handle high traffic, large files, and fast delivery. They support formats, codecs, and protocols designed for smooth streaming. Many people even use personal media servers at home, like Plex or Jellyfin, to store their own movie libraries and access them from anywhere. Behind every click is a server doing the work. So there you have it, 13 types of servers you interact with all the time, whether you realize it or not. They're the invisible workforce behind our digital lives, making sure everything loads, syncs, saves, streams, and works the way you expect. From web servers that power your favorite sites to authentication servers that protect your identity, these machines keep the modern world running. Understanding them doesn't just make you tech savvy, it gives you real insight into how the internet, businesses, and everyday technology truly operate. If this video helped connect some dots for you, give it a like, subscribe for more plain English tech explainers, and drop a comment telling us which server surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep exploring the technology that powers your world.